Hi, I'm Gina Cian, and I love American Impressionism. Today, let's look at George Inness's painting called A Marine or A Marine. It is a painting that I saw in person at the Art Institute of Chicago last year and fell in love with it. And let's try to recreate it today using some soft pastels. I'll be using one of my favorite pastel surfaces called Canson Mi-Tientes Velvet, and it comes in different colors. This one, I'm using the darker one, which I do love to start with, and I cut it to a 9x12. Earthberry makes really nice soft pastels. This particular set from Valerie Mi-Tientes is beautiful. It's the cloud set, and look at this gorgeous color. It's really perfect for skyscape, and it has a nice what do you call that, a map, and you can color chart it. And I love that they also include nature, and they are made from natural sources, which they are very proud of, but they have really beautiful colors and they lay beautifully. So let's try some of these blues. Let's leave the sky for now and we'll get to the water in a minute. Let's work on this big rock. I was taught by various artists that you start with your foreground and then worry about the background. That would help with the placement. So instead of working on this rock, I'm going to work on this rock. It's very prominent, and I'm going to make sure the position of it and the size of it is what I want, and then I'll base the other rocks on how this turns out, because I'm kind of winging it right now. I'm not measuring anything. I'm not my coach Stefan Baumann will be very angry with me probably, since I'm not using a Prospector tool. This will allow you to really measure distance that you want between maybe here compared to your reference image, and transfer it over, and you can kind of measure, is this the same distance as that? Is this distance about that? And if I look at my reference image, it's actually a little bigger than that, so that makes sense. That's about that size. That's slightly bigger than that, so that's a good height. And then as far as the width, this is that's too wide, I think. That's what that means to me, because it needs to be a little bit shorter. So that's one of the great ways to comparison to each other, but also you can use one end, compare. Actually, this is probably more for your reference image. So if your reference image is that big, this will then translate to how it would be on your painting, and use it that way, and you can adjust it in the middle. It's a handy tool if you actually use it. So I need to use that more. I promise, Stefan, I will use this more. So I'm going to leave those rocks for now. It's not done, but it's good enough for now. Let's start working on the water a little bit. The water has kind of a mix of soft and hard edges, so pan pastels are perfect for that, especially to do the soft blending. They come in a variety of colors. These are the pigment itself. It's the same pigment, pastels by the way, same pigment that is used in oils, watercolor, and acrylic. They just use different binders. And pastels is mostly purely pigment with a little bit of binder, and you could actually remake it, I believe, using distilled water and the pigment itself. So it's very powerful. That's why the effects, when you see a soft pastel painting, almost looks like oil, because it's the same pigment. It's just in its dry form, and I absolutely love it. Pan pastels are applied using tools, mostly sponges that are soft. They're called Sofft Sofft Tools. It's a brand. You could use other types of sponges, but there's a special formulation for these sponges that grab the pigment a little bit and layers beautifully on the surface, especially a surface like the Mi-Tientes Velvet. Let's try it. So the sticks are very wide, obviously, so to get more detail, I love using pastel pencils. I use a variety of brands. They all have different types of coverage and also different colors. Usually I pick based on the color, but sometimes it's based on how much pastel I already have on the surface, because some of them layer very well and some of them you can only do at the very beginning. So we'll see what happens. That was a fun project for tonight, and not perfect. There are a lot of things I would do differently, but it was still a great experience. The best way to improve is to keep doing it. I'll probably redo this again, either in soft pastels or maybe I'll try oil as well. Some things I'll do differently. I don't know why I put that horizon line pretty much in the middle. I didn't realize that, I guess, as I was doing it. And I probably needed more spacing here, which leads me to going back to this Prospek tool. My coach was right. I should have used it because my proportions are off. This distance should have been a little bit wider, and also my paper size, I think, doesn't necessarily match the original, which I'm okay with. I can adjust, but I'd certainly do some things differently. I'd lower the horizon line. I changed the skies a little bit, but otherwise I love the effect of the light here, and it's generally effective on the sea. Probably make this smaller. If I lower that horizon line, that would adjust everything else accordingly. But otherwise, I thought it was a great experience. It's the first time I've done it. Here's the reference, by the way. That's the photo I took. And until next time.